What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. Today we're going to be going over the new tires for the Blue WJ. I am super pleased with these tires. They look sick. So now it's time. I'll show you guys the tires, show you guys why I'm going to this tire and all of that kind of stuff. So these are the Renegade R7 MTs. They're a fairly new tire from Radar and they're super sick. So I'm super pleased with the tread pattern, how thick the tread is. I think these will do really well on the Grand Cherokee for what we're going to be using it for now. The plan is mount these up tomorrow. I'm going to take these. We're going to put them on the same wheels that the Jeep's on now. I do really like these wheels. I think they look really good. Big fan of the 5-spoke design. It's a simulated beadlock. Unfortunately, it's not a real beadlock, or else we could just do this ourselves. That'd be a lot easier and save me some money. But, you know, we'll go with these for now. Obviously, we're going to be changing the tires out once the 1-tons go under the Jeep to some real beadlocks. And obviously, we'll run way bigger tires than 35s. This Jeep end goal is actually going to be on bigger tires than the Wrangler, and that's on 40s. So this thing's going to be massive. So I know the next question I'm going to get is, Josh, why are you going from 37s to 35s? Couple of reasons. So for one, the axles suck under this. It's a Dana 35 in the rear, Dana 30 in the front, and there's absolute junk, and I don't want to blow them up right away. I'd rather wait until the 1-tons are ready to go under the Jeep. And if you take a look at that, they are pretty far and probably $10,000 away from going under the Jeep. So that's going to be a little bit of work and quite a bit of money to get them ready. So we'll be doing that over the winter, getting them ready for the Jeep. Another reason we're going from 37s to 35s is so that we stop rubbing when we turn. It's super annoying and we can't really take this thing wheeling right now because I can't turn full lock. I also don't want to cut anymore until we put the new tires. Not these, the bigger ones, and the 1-tons under here, because I don't want to just keep cutting this Jeep up and making it look ugly. So we're going to go ahead and drop from 37s to the new 35s, and I think it'll be a good choice. This is the first time I've ever gone down in tire size, but I think this Jeep kind of needs to go down in tire size for the time being. Another thing is, these tires are almost bald. I mean, you can see there is little to no tread left. These tires are not, so these honestly are probably closer to a 35 than a 37 already. They're definitely not 37s. Let's actually get a tape measure out and measure this and see what they measure. All right, so I got the tape measure. Let's see what these tires measure. So I have it locked on like 38 just because we know they're not bigger than 38. We'll go from the bottom to the top. And they're at like a 36, almost on the dot. So this is only dropping down 1 inch really. I mean, they're basically in between a 37 and 35 right now. This will just help us not rub in the front and it'll allow us to go wheeling. The goal is to have this thing on the trails by this weekend. I figured it was getting kind of boring seeing this thing just be built and not be used, and we haven't wheeled that Jeep in a while, and I am ready to get on the trails again. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up so we can take it to our friends this weekend and hit some really cool trails. They're not too extreme, they're not too hard, but they'll be perfect for this Jeep without lockers. That Jeep's kind of boring there just because it's extremely overkill, way overbuilt for what you do there. This Jeep will be perfect. So that's the plan. Tomorrow we're going to take the 35s and these 37s up to the shop, have the 35s mounted on there, 37s pulled off. Honestly, this is probably the last time we'll run those because they're getting really low on tread. So the WJ should be on 35s by the end of tomorrow. After that, we're going to take it wheeling this weekend. I'm going to take that Jeep just in case this one breaks because it's on stock drive shafts, stock axles, and we're going to be beating on it on tires that are too big for the axles. If you really think about it, 35s are still really big. Probably would not recommend putting them on stock axles unless you were planning on doing an axle swap and you were almost ready to do it, especially if it was your daily driver. Now update on the 1-tons. Front axle is basically ready to be cleaned up. Have to cut off all the brackets, clean up the housing a bunch. Then we have to weld on the truss. Once the truss is welded on, it's basically a matter of putting it all back together. Got to get a locker, ring and pinion. That's going to be the most time consuming part. Besides that, we have to put new knuckles, axle shafts, bearings, seals, all sorts of stuff on this. The ring and pinion locker are my main concern currently. The rear axle I'm working on taking apart right now, actually. I just popped the diff cover off. Everything's looking good. This is actually going to be my first video that's really edited, and I'm really taking my time on trying to make it really nice because we're trying to up the quality of the videos on this channel. I think that's the next step here. So we're going to up the quality of the videos so you guys can expect a video on this shortly. I'm going to try my best to edit it really nicely for you guys. But next time we're going to be tearing this down, then we're going to be putting the front axle together. Once that's all done, they'll be ready to bolt under the Jeep. Once everything's back together, everything's built correctly, pull the Jeep in the garage and we'll swap the axles out. Now, before I end the video, I did want to give a huge shout out to the first person who ordered our hood vents. It's super, super sick to see you guys supporting it. And it's really cool to be able to see you guys will be running our parts on your Jeep. I'm super pumped for that. So let's go ahead and go over that. So the first set of hood vents are all packed up. Huge shout out to Johnny Giordano from Oregon. He ordered the first set of hood vents. Super pumped to see these on your Jeep. So make sure you guys go ahead, send us a picture once you get them on the Jeep, and I'll feature it on the page and everything for you guys. So thank you again for ordering. All light orders are also shipping out this week. I had to wait on a restock, so I do apologize for the delay. I threw in some extra goodies for you guys for free for the wait, so don't worry about that. But thank you guys all so much that have placed orders, for all the support on the videos and on the website and everything like that. If you guys want to check out the website and pick up something for your Jeep, we have under the hood lights. For WJ, I'll put a clip in after this to show you guys what those are. We have the hood vents. I'll go ahead and show you guys those now. These are all aluminum hood vents for the Jeep WJ. They turned out sick and they're super, super functional. I'll go ahead and pop the hood for you guys so you can see that. So you guys can see just how functional these things are. It comes with stainless hardware, all aluminum, so you can paint them if you want. You can leave them raw if you want and they won't rust or corrode or anything like that. On top of that, the steering kit is almost ready to go on my WJ once we've tested that out, and I can make videos on that and show you guys how strong it is. I know you guys are really going to like the steering kit. It's sick. It's super beefy. It will be the strongest one available on the market. We're going to have a 2.5 ton aluminum kit and a 1 ton aluminum kit. The blue Jeep is getting the 2.5 ton kit. Black Jeep is getting the 1 ton kit. I will have steering kits available for factory axles, 1 ton axles, and JKU axles, so you guys can do any swap you want pretty much, and we'll make a steering kit for your setup. So like I was saying, you guys can expect wheeling content hopefully this weekend, as long as all goes right and these tires do end up on the Jeep. They said I can bring them in tomorrow, so hopefully they're done by tomorrow. I don't see why they wouldn't be, but as long as they are, we'll go ahead and take this Jeep wheeling this weekend. There are some obstacles where we're going that I think this thing will possibly struggle on, honestly, without lockers, and being on 35s, the axles aren't too high off the ground, so we might have some clearance issues under the diff and everything, but I think we'll be able to get over it. I've gotten fairly experienced there because that's where I started wheeling with this, started wheeling with that, now we're starting wheeling with this, so I think we'll be all right. Hopefully nothing breaks, because that would suck a lot. Still on factory drive shafts, so that's kind of my main concern, is those breaking. Worst case scenario, I leave it there overnight, tow it home in the morning. It's literally like 10 miles away, so it's not a huge deal. I'll also be taking that Jeep, so I'll have a ride home either way. It's not the end of the world. It would suck to have to worry about this the next day and tow it home, but that's just kind of how it goes. So that basically wraps up the video. Again, thank you guys so much for the support on the website, the YouTube, the Instagram, all that stuff. If you guys haven't checked out our Instagram, make sure you guys go ahead and do so. I'll put the username right here for you guys. As always, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.